Welcome back to another video tutorial for Introduction to Solid Modeling. This video is going to cover swept boss bases. You can see this paperclip that I've modeled in front of you, and to this point I don't really think there's an easy way to do this based on the skills that you've learned thus far. The swept boss base tool makes making parts like these very simple because it allows us to sketch a profile, in this case a circle, and project that profile or make it follow a path that we can define, which would be the shape of the paperclip, as you can see. So I will go ahead and walk you through this, at least the mechanics of it. Okay, so let's do something simple. Let's say we're going to use a circular profile again, and we will just give it a diameter of 0.5 inches. Okay, this part is important. So we have our profile that we're going to sweep. Our profile has to intersect our path, and it has to be perpendicular to the direction of travel where you start that. So for example, I have this circle centered on the origin and it is on the front plane. I would need to sketch on the right plane in this instance to create a path that we can extrude or sweep this profile on. So if I make a circle and just add a sketch relation so that this circle is coincident with the origin, which intersects my original profile, as you can see. If I just define this diameter, and then to fully define it, I can add a vertical relationship. If I use the swept boss base tool for this sketch profile, I will select sketch 1, and for the path I will select sketch 2, and you can see we already have this preview popping up. But now I have created this ring, which we could do with what we know, but if any type of path is more complicated, we can do this exact same mechanics with just a different sketch. The important things to remember are that this path must intersect this profile. They have to start at the same point. Another important thing to show you is that in the instance that if your profile starts in the middle of your path, in this case, you can see that when I go to create the swept boss base and I select my two sketches, it automatically just follows one side of it, and you see these three options down here. If I select, this is saying to extrude out the left side of the profile, this would be the right side, as you can see it switches, and then this would be both sides. So if I wanted both sides, I can hit the check mark, and now it will sweep that profile on the path going in both directions. This tool is really nice for whenever you're trying to make some intricate part that has a singular profile that's traced through, a somewhat complicated path. But this should give you a pretty good idea of how to go about doing a swept boss base. Obviously, the sketches can be much more complicated, and the profiles can also be much more complicated. They don't just have to be a circle. They could be any shape, really. But that's it for this video. Thanks.